What's up? What's up? You back with another unimportant news video, and today I'm bringing you some health issues with these hair extensions. I'm not quite sure what the issue is with them, but I have heard through the grapevine that they've caused certain issues in certain ways, and so hopefully you learn something from this video. I don't know how important it'll be to you. It might be unimportant, but we'll see. Let's get into it.
In today's Daily Health, it's a story we've been tracking closely. Potentially harmful chemicals making their way into braiding hair and extensions that are often marketed to black women. By some estimates, over 70% of black women use hair extensions or weaves at least once a year. Now, new data released this month is showing.
Now that's kind of crazy, right? So 70% of people use hair extensions, I guess within a year or within our lifetime. But what's more interesting is the subtle language that's used. What do they mean by the chemicals seep in? Like, is it next? Are they creating the hair weaves next to a chemical plant? Like that always kind of worries me whenever they say things just seep in. Where is their seep? What is the source?
Shining a light on the potential risks of these cosmetic products. I spoke with the researchers behind these two new studies. A style often deemed as protective for black women is now under scrutiny as two new studies warn of health risks in hair extensions. On Tuesday, Consumer Reports revealing new findings that human, synthetic, and plant-based hair extensions from 30.
Wow, human and plant-based. Now that's pretty surprising. I think most people who believe that they're trying to be health conscious would not want to believe that the plant-based hair, which I don't even understand how we can get plant-based hair, but that's for another conversation, um, is also toxic. I mean, where can you go? It just seems like going natural is the ultimate end all be all because, I mean, from the clothes we put on our body to the stuff we put in our head, it seems like it's all toxic.
Brands have volatile organic compounds or heavy metals like lead.
Human hair by far had the most lead that we've ever seen in testing these products, orders of magnitude above synthetic hairs.
The study
Wow. Now that kind of says something, right? How is it that the human hair has worse contents than the synthetic hair? That should tell you that there's a real problem. I also heard something like this when it comes to salmon. So people who eat salmon, it's actually better to take the fish oils than to actually just eat salmon to get your fatty acids. Why? Because there's so much plastic and micro, whatever inside of the salmon that the stuff that they're making in the lab is actually cleaner. Like, what an upside down world we living in.
study looked at 3 samples of each brand, and there were some exceptions. One product with no heavy metals, another with low heavy metals.
So that tells us that these manufacturers can make a safer product.
Nearly a year ago, we spoke with medical student Crystal Thomas, whose commentary on braiding hair led to Consumer Reports' first analysis.
I noticed my hair was itching and it was just difficult to breathe overall.
Now, research is
Now, I wonder how many women go through this in particular and don't realize that it's due to the chemicals. Their head is always itching. And then, after a while, you just normalize stuff. And, you all of a sudden, you patting your head or you scratching your head. And, you basically turn your roots up because this chemical is in your head and you have no idea. I mean, like, where's the testing on this kind of stuff?
expanding. The Silent Spring Institute, a scientific research nonprofit, testing 43 hair extension products.
We found chemicals in these products that are associated with cancer, reproductive harm, and also birth defects.
The hair containing 169 chemicals, including flame retardants and pesticides.
We found that all but 2 of the products that we looked at contained at least one of those hazard chemicals.
What?
I ain't gonna lie, she was washing that mug and petting it like a little dog. No, 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 no offense. But it's crazy. 169 chemicals is crazy work.
What substances most alarmed you and why?
The compounds that most alarmed me from this study were the organotin compounds. Those are compounds that are typically not found in consumer products. We know that they're associated with endocrine disruption in humans as well as cancer.
While both studies had small sample sizes, calls for more research and regulation are growing, with New York and New Jersey introducing legislation to regulate or ban synthetic braiding hair in 2025.
Wait. Why are they trying to ban the synthetic hair? The synthetic hair was safer than the real hair. Man, politicians be having it backwards, or maybe they confused. Maybe I'm confused. Somebody help me out in the comments. If they just said that the synthetic hair is better, then why on earth would you make it harder to get the synthetic hair and then I guess let it flood in all of the fake, all of the real hair, which is basically going to end up messing people up worse.
The Safer Beauty Bill package also reintroduced in the House last year.
There needs to be more efforts to uncover some of the products and their risks.
For more on what these findings mean for your health, we're bringing in Dr. Uche Blackstock. She's a physician and the CEO of Advancing Health Equity. So good to have you.
Thank you.
As we mentioned, small sample sizes, but still alarming findings, particularly arsenic and lead. What does it mean that some of these compounds are in these cosmetic products?
So what it means and what we know is that these compounds are linked to increased cancer risk. They're linked to hormone disruptions. They're linked to developmental issues with reproductive health. And so they have real concerns, but we know they're also in the hair, right? They're in synthetic hair, they're in human hair because it's processed, but we don't know what the long-term chronic exposure of wearing these synthetic hair or the braids has on people.
And it's often worn for months at a time. Viewers have seen me change it up often in the Black community, right? We call it protective styling. It protects your hair potentially from breaking, gives you a break from styling, and yet these risks. How exactly, though, are the chemicals entering the body? Because someone might say, well, it's on my head. What's the big deal?
Yeah, and so what's
So it's kind of crazy because once again, I mean, here you go, you got two black women who, how long have they probably put these things into their hair or not? Um, and because they both look natural to me, but it's hard to tell with the one on the left. It's it's basically so common. It's everywhere. I mean, every Chinese store on every block has this stuff just like readily available. And it obviously seems like it's causing real issues, and it doesn't seem like there's much effort to actually do anything about it. I mean, the states that were named, there was like 3 or 4 states. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to need a lot more. Um, Attention paid to this issue in order to help people out because quite frankly people are struggling. People don't have time to be considering and thinking about every little thing that goes into basically their daily life, because at the end of the day it's like, again, the clothes we wear, the stuff we put in our hair, the stuff we put in our mouth, like at some point we don't have the ability to actually go out and like really understand what is going in us and what is going on us. And at the end of the day, all we can do is try to do the best we can. And that's with the time and the resources that we have. And that's not always a lot. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we need to start advocating for just the right thing to be done across the board, whether it's for black women, whether it's because I think white women, black women, I think all women wear extensions, just some more than others. But at the end of the day, this is a real problem. And the whole health issues across America is a real problem. Our healthcare system is a real problem. So we're not going to keep going on and on. I just wanted to bring this to y'all attention. If you're wearing hair extensions, I don't know if you knew this or not, but this is a real issue that's starting to come up, and maybe you should think twice about wearing hair extensions or not. Maybe you can share in the comments if you had an issue before, with your hair extensions and help somebody else out, because at the end of the day, I mean, if you're going to wear them, maybe you guys can share and figure out what's the best product, because, for me, the best product should always win. And on that note, here go another unimportant news video coming our way. See y'all. Peace.